Okay, this is Rodrigo from Take Break Action, and today I have an awesome friend of mine from SSM who's right now traveling the world, doing a lot of amazing things. So, welcome, Alex Walton.
Thank you very much, my friend Rodrigo. Happy to be here. Love you. Excited to hang out soon. Oh, he's gonna be Thailand? Oh. Come on.
So, I was a little bit sad that I didn't got to meet you in Bulgaria. I wish you been
I
there.
know, man. Like it'll happen soon. It'll happen soon. I was in Budapest. I was in Budapest. Um, yeah. Sorry, man, but I'll meet you soon for sure. As soon as you get back to Europe, I'll be here.
Awesome. So first, for all the audience, for all the people in my blog to meet you a little bit, can you tell us a little bit about your story? How did you got to started into entrepreneurship? How all this started happening for you?
Yeah, sure, man. Basically, I don't really consider myself a businessman at heart or anything. I just don't like rules or constraints. I like freedom. So I had to start a business because I just didn't want to wake up early for my job, basically. So it's really as boring as that. I hated waking up early on someone else's schedule. I like sleeping in. I like working when I want to work and not when I have to. So I looked online for I don't know a couple years for resources to learn how to build an online business, and came across SSM, of course, which you've taken, and tried some stuff out. You know, tested some methods, played around, and over a course of a couple years, I figured out some stuff that led me to be able to travel, which is what I originally wanted to do. So,
Can you tell us where are you right now in this moment?
I'm in Krakow, Poland right now. Assistant Eden, Matthew, right? Yeah, hey, dude. Matthew,
Hey, Matthew.
Yeah, so there you go.
Frank,
Frank the
Neral,
Tank. Hey,
okay,
Bobby. Oh, there's
and
Matt.
Matt. What do you mean your favorite?
He's mad.
Bobby's your favorite instructor?
He's
What?
mad.
The truth comes out.
Bobby? Seriously, Bobby's your favorite instructor? Really? Not fucking Chris? Just kidding. I love Bobby. Bobby's my favorite instructor too.
Lives.
He's mad because
Yeah, we're in Krakow, Poland.
when we were in Bulgaria, Matt told me I was offering a drink of rakia that is a very strong drink there to Matt, and he say I will drink it if you tell Tim that I'm your favorite instructor. And like 5 seconds later, here comes
Told you
Tim,
that?
and I just go like, "Hey Tim, I want you to know that Matt is my favorite instructor," and he just keeps looking at me like really mad, and he had to drink this shot all at once. I got the video of that, but because I
That's
didn't knew Matt knew about Facebook ads, I wanted to. Uh, and Bob was talking about it. Bobby was talking about it. I set up like a mentorship with Bobby, and Matt got mad at me because he told me that I thought I was your favorite instructor.
That's messed up, man. Continue. My ninja. Go ahead.
So that's pretty much it. Matt is jealous because I didn't book a mentorship with him while I was in Bulgaria.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I understand it.
Okay, so now what are you doing? What are your focus on entrepreneurship? What are you? I know that you have the Boss Life blog. So what are you doing right now, like to get the money to keep traveling, to do all these adventures?
Yep. Yeah, so I'm working on Boss Life blog. That's a passion business. I've wanted to do something like that since I first started entrepreneurship 3 years ago before SSM. Uh, and so this is it's really a lot of fun for me, and I'm blessed that I'm able to make money from it. I would do it for free, but I wouldn't be able to spend as much time if I wasn't paid for it. So that's pretty cool. I make enough from that now that I could live full time in a Eastern European country, which are a little bit cheaper. Um, but I also I took a break from normal, like quote unquote normal business, like service providing business to business type companies. I stopped doing that for a while to focus on boss life, and then I just kind of what is it now, like beginning of March, so mid March. I guess I started about mid December is when I relaunched my old digital marketing consulting business, which is what I did originally. That made me money. So now I have a little bit of both. I have a couple clients I'm working with who are businesses, and I have the individual clients as a part of Boss Life. So multiple businesses, multiple like forms of income, which is really great because I don't know. There's I feel like a certain weight is off my shoulders now that I have multiple sources of income, because if one starts to have a problem, of course I'm concerned and I want to fix it, but it's not like I'm not concerned about being able to feed myself because I still have another source of and yeah, those are basically two things that I'm doing right now, and I'm looking to get into. I really enjoy, it's a fun game for me to make money using the internet. So the more businesses that I can start and make money from, I think the more excited I'll be, and then yeah, obviously the more money I make. So it's pretty cool.
Awesome. So,
Yeah, man.
what do you see what are the mistakes that you see that people are committing when they try to start into entrepreneurship? Like the most common things where you see people failing at.
When they're starting a business or starting what?
Their path into entrepreneurship.
Oh, they're passing on. Okay, well, okay. I had a lot of friends when I first started traveling, not full time, but when I first started, doing a trip. Like I first met Matt Skelcher in Thailand, 2013 January. See there, bro. This is Rodrigo, by the way. Yeah, I introduced. You guys never met before me. I'm like here, whatever. Anyway, like the first time I went traveling, I got back and all my friends were like, how are you doing this? And I don't understand how you travel. I want to do the same thing. And I was like, well, you can do it. I'm not like, you can do the same thing I did. There's nothing special about me. So they said, okay, tell me how. So I would sit down with them and I'd say, okay, what are your goals? Why do you want to get there? Let's talk about your talents and your skill sets, your strengths and your weaknesses, and let's figure out a way that you can use those strengths and weaknesses in order to sell something that will make you money, so you travel. And the biggest mistake that I kept seeing was people thought they were committed, but then we would go over the whole action plan, and they wouldn't do anything about it. So I think the biggest mistake people make is not committing. I think a lot of people, I'm thinking of a couple friends in particular, who they weren't happy with their lives, and they thought that because I was happy with traveling, that would be their escape or their avenue into a happy life as well. But I really believed that if I could just quit my job and travel, that I would be really just so much happier. And it did happen like that for me. But my friends didn't really have the same conviction to really do it. So they would get excited about doing this business so they could travel, and then I would say, this is exactly what you have to do. Start here, to follow these steps, and then as soon as I laid it all out for them, they would say, okay, yeah, sounds cool. I guess I'll start on that like when I get some time later, like next week, next month. Just excuses, basically. That's the biggest mistake, like not committing. Because I think entrepreneurship, no matter how smart you are, or educated, or how good your mentors are, entrepreneurship is just a series of mistakes that you learn from. Hopefully, otherwise, you probably won't be very successful. So, if you aren't committed from the beginning, and if you don't have a really powerful reason to continue through the challenges, like I know you do, because you want to get the fuck out of El Salvador, if you don't have that goal and if you don't have the commitment, like there's such a very small chance that you'll succeed. Yeah, I think that's the biggest mistake.
I see. I get what you say, because there is a ton of people here in my country who comes now to me and tell me that I should be helping people here. And I tried, like I've tried more than 100 times. Most of the time, I lost most of my time like trying to lay out a plan like you did, and they did absolutely nothing.
Yep.
Like most people say that they want success, and they are lying.
Exactly, man.
And it's hard. And the second thing I see is that they try to fund their passion when they don't even know how to sell the most simple things. Like, how the fuck are you going to sell something that is your passion, that is like very egotistical thing to do, when you cannot even sell something for somebody else who needs it? Like, I think that's
exactly. I totally agree with you, man.
the lack of skills of selling is something that I think most people lack. They just focus on what they can do best. Like, I know a lot of them awesome developers, but they are making enough money. They barely make money, and often, this is easy. I can do it for $300, and then I see, for example, Chris, who makes $6,000 out of the same fucking work. So I think that's a big mistake as well. What would be the advice that you can give to these people, like the ones who are not doing shit towards, or who are not really committed?
Okay, it's gonna sound mean and harsh.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not 100% serious, but I'm saying it to shock whoever it is that listens to this, who happens to be that person. If you're unhappy with your life now, but you're not fully committed to getting a better life, just kill yourself. Just give up. Because if you're not happy with your life now, but you want a happy life, you have to commit, otherwise you'll never get it. So spare yourself 100 years of pain and just kill yourself today. Okay, my real advice is obviously not to fucking kill yourself. Don't kill yourself. But you are essentially killing yourself slowly if you admit that you're unhappy now, but you want a better life, and yet you're not committed to getting it. I have a friend who, my assistant Eden here knows, SCZ Meister. The SCZ Meister. I'm trying to like put it in code so that they can't figure it out later. We hang out with them all the time. Anyway.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Anyway, our friend here, like from California, he's a really cool guy. I love hanging out with him. Great friend of mine. He always would ask me, I want to travel, how do you do it? Teach me how to do it. Man, I can't tell you. I must have sat down with this guy, I don't know, 10, 20 times and just had long, deep conversations, listening to what his concerns were, trying to respond to them and answer with feedback. And every time it was the same story. Like, as soon as I gave him the roadmap, it was, sounds great, I can't wait to do it, like I'm very excited, and then he would never do anything with it. So what would my advice be, besides kill yourself, which was a bad, kind of inappropriate joke, is like this. Like, you're dying already. one day at a time. And none of us knows when our last day is going to be beforehand. It's just going to happen. Like it could be tomorrow, it could be next week, it could be in 50 years. So you have to really consider that like it's reality, and don't ignore the fact that you're going to die. That would be my advice. And when you think about the fact that you are going to die, and it could be soon, and you don't know, there's no guarantee. Even if you eat the healthiest food, if you're working out all the time, if you're reading, if you're taking anti-aging supplements, you can still get hit by a bus. So it's really important, in my opinion, that you're living the life that you want to today, or at least pursuing it today and not putting it off. My biggest advice would be to write down or contemplate the biggest pains in your life. What are the things that make you the most sad, angry, depressed, frustrated? Why do you want to escape those things? What would be the perfect opposite outcome of that kind of depressing life that you would really like to have, and just hustle every day to get there. Otherwise, every single day that goes by that you don't move closer to the life you want, you're slowly killing yourself anyway. So you might as well just swallow some poison today if you're not going to commit. Obviously, disclaimer, obviously that's not entirely serious. It's kind of a harsh way, a shocking way of putting the point, but seriously, man, that's literally how I think about it. So.
And how would be the advice that you give to the people who really want to commit, but they are scared? Because there is a lot of people who are just paralyzed by fear when they see this thing in front. I know I was, but my motivation, my pain was way harder than that shit. So that was easy for me. But I have seen guys who have paid $2,000 for a fucking course. Many guys in SSM come to me and tell me I joined in SSM 1 and I haven't done shit. It's like that was 2 years ago. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And it's not just in SSM, it's in many other courses as well.
Totally, man. Man, it's a good question. I think it seems like that's the same person as the one we just talked about, right? It seems like it, because I'm thinking of my friend who I just told you about, and I think the reason he hasn't committed is out of fear. I think that I would guess most of the people who know they're unhappy, want a better life, and haven't committed are afraid. I think most of them. And the specific advice as far as fear is for me, what helped me, this idea is, are you more afraid of trying something new, spending your efforts, working hard in order to achieve your dreams, or are you more afraid of dying a 95-year-old man, unfulfilled, unhappy, depressed your entire life? I'm more scared of that one. I'm more scared of living 95 years of painful, regretful, self-loathing. That's terrifying. Not only do you have to live 95 years of a shitty existence where you hate yourself, but also at the end of your life, the moment that you're dying, the second you know you're about to die, you realize I just wasted the one chance that I had to live an amazing life, and you have this terrible, awful feeling. Imagine this as you're dying, when you just realize you just wasted your whole life. That's the most scary thing I can imagine. So it's not so scary to me to call a business up, or for example, or email them and say, hey, do you want to buy a website? Because if you buy it, it can help your business, and then I can make money from that, and that can help me travel, and it can help them make more money. And maybe when I call them, they say, I'm not interested. fuck off. And yeah, like I wouldn't enjoy that experience. I like people who are nice to me, but it's a lot less scary than dying being on my deathbed and regretting all of the decisions that I never made. So if you're afraid, get realistic. What should you really be more afraid of? Going after what you want now and maybe getting it, or never going after what you want your whole life and definitely at the end of your life regretting everything that you never did. It's clear to me, man.
Awesome. Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. And also, I saw that you are doing now a retreat, I think in Thailand, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. It's in 3 days.
Tell us more about it.
Yeah, cool, man. So, okay. Hmm. So originally I did a retreat in Thailand with SSM a couple years ago, and that was like the first time I'd met a lot of those entrepreneur, self-starter, motivated type young dudes and stuff. So it was really cool. And I have a mastermind under Boss Life, which is I kind of think of it like it's a mentorship program for the areas that are important as a human being on this planet, which are like, in my opinion, fitness, health, education, relationships, happiness, fulfillment, passions, work or business or career, those kinds of things. And you can kind of get more specific. Like for me, I like travel and whatever, learn. I like to read and stuff like that. Whatever. Point being is, I think that when you're surrounded by a group of friends or peers, mentors, who have similar goals, dreams, values as you, it makes it so much easier to achieve and reach the kind of lifestyle that you want. If you're trying to, I remember for many years having this idea of a lifestyle that I wanted, but my friends around me didn't have the same dream as me, and it slowed my progress down a lot. So anyway, this retreat, we're going to be focusing on all of the aspects of a quote-unquote like boss life. So like business to us is important because we want to travel. It's not important to everyone, but to us it is. Like education, it's important. If we want to be the best, we have to learn the most. We have to know what we're talking about. The more information we have, the better off we are, and the better off the people in our life are. Relationships, so important. Positive people in your life, similar values, goals, dreams, fun, lighthearted. Those are the people that I like to have around me. Health and fitness, I'm not really like the most. I'm pretty, I would say, I have a lack of dedication to health and fitness right now, to be honest with you. I just eat whatever I want, and I'm not dedicated in this area, but I know it's important, and I'm getting better about it. So the idea behind this immersive retreat is we want to get together a group of guys and girls who are dedicated to achieving a boss life meaning a balanced, well sculpted, well developed life in various areas, all the ones that are important to all humans on the planet, and really keep each other accountable for that month and brainstorm about ideas and topics that people who don't have the same goals, values, dreams as us, they just can't understand those ideas, those kinds of topics. So we're going to be studying Muay Thai, which is like Thai kickboxing. We're going to be going to like meditation and yoga centers, eating Thai food, cooking Thai food, partying on the beach, relaxing on the beach, swimming in the ocean, building our businesses, recording videos, taking photos, partying, drinking, those, just like, it's going to be a very full, and also doing we'll be having very formal discussions about the important topics in a human's life. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much the idea behind it, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's not too structured as far as like we're not going to be strict about how it's laid out. We have an idea of the things we want to cover, of our basic daily activities. Anyone can do anyone they want or skip any activity they want, but we have a sort of a curriculum of the things that we think that everyone could benefit from doing for that month. And I feel that being there for a month with each other, with myself, with my friend Jesse, who I learned a lot from, who, I consider him mostly a friend, but as well, I also consider him to have mentored me in certain areas, and I would hope that I've done the same to him. I'm pretty sure. So I think that me and him, because we've been through a couple years of traveling and self-development, business stuff, and relationship stuff, that we would, because we've had that time to discuss, that these newer people who are sort of coming on board to this strange lifestyle that we have, we'll be able to answer questions and sort of speed up their progress. So yeah, man, that's kind of the idea. I think this would have been a really great program for me to go through, 3 years ago, let's say. And so I just want to provide it, and I hope to do a really great job. And we'll be recording lots of footage. Eden over here, official cameraman,
Awesome.
Boss Life blog assistant, aficionado. So we'll be sharing lots of footage from there. So you'll be able to see all the stuff we're talking about later.
Awesome. Oh,
Yeah, man.
yeah, I definitely agree with what you say, because it was such a different experience when I was surrounded with all the guys. Like, I saw just his routines day to day. It's like, how the fuck are they waking up at 7, going to gym, then focusing on business,
Yeah.
then going to party, going back to sleep at 3 a.m., and then waking up at fucking 7. Like, and I was thinking, oh, must be because they are healthy. Like, I'm not healthy. I'm trying to focus now on it. But I thought that was it. But when I was in Bulgaria, I was doing like, I was not doing exercise, but I was doing exactly that. Like, waking up at 7, it's like, fuck, it's already 7. I'm missing on the fun, and going out of bed, like getting ready, going down the stairs to meet all the other guys, and then just partying really hard until 3 a.m., 2 a.m. And I was sleeping like 4 hours, 5 hours, and I woke up like nothing. I had so much energy. Like, when there was a moment in the week where I was surrounded with all these guys, like learning, learning while we were doing party and drinking shots and all that. And then it hit me like, I was already like the weird guy because of the dreams that I had here, like, and everybody was telling me, no, that you are dreaming too high, like that is not possible. Then I come there and
El Salvador, you mean?
yeah, in El Salvador, and then I come
Yeah.
there and I found out that my dreams were actually really small. that,
Yeah.
that there is a bigger, like way bigger picture that I had in mind, and that was
Yeah.
really easy to achieve. And then I was thinking, like, how the fuck am I going to explain that to them? It's like,
No, like I don't think, man. That's a really, really great point. I don't think you can, man.
yeah, it's
I mean,
impossible.
I think if you keep doing the podcast like you're doing, and keep creating content like you are, that eventually you'll convert some people. Like I did a post on Facebook today, and I was just about how I hate rules, and I always have since I was a baby,
I saw it.
and how you saw it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first comment on this post was, this is something like, this post inspired me to quit my job today. Someone commented this today. I was like, oh my God, like, this guy's gonna quit his job because of my Facebook posts. I'm like, this is crazy. So, well, honestly, I was talking to Eden. I don't know if I should congratulate him or warn him that, like, maybe you should think about it before you just quit your job based on my blog post. Anyway, I don't think that you can really convert everyone. I think that over time, the more helpful content you create, the more people you convert. Occasionally I'll get emails, messages from people who they'll say stuff like, "Oh, you inspired me to do something, and thanks," and whatever. Like, it's a cool email. But for the most part, I'm pretty sure, and I would guess like 75 to 85% of the people who see my content either don't get it or won't ever get it or aren't interested, or they just don't care. So I don't know, man. I think we just gotta do the best we can, right? Like,
Yeah.
what we're doing right now, this is good for the world, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Something that I tell now to the people is that because there is a lot of people telling me that uh, there is this term in El Salvador that is called malinchismo, because there is an history of where Hernan Cortez came here. There was an Indian girl who fell in love with him just because he was different. So she was called the Malinche. So the we took the name of that Indian girl to apply it here in Latin America. That says that somebody's Malinchista when you love more other countries than you do than your own. But I think that they see just that, like, I just want to get out of there and live in a country. It's not just one country. It's the world. It's like the goal is way bigger than that, and that big goal cannot be conceived here. It's that simple, but they don't get it. And it's like, look, just to put it easy, I see that there is only two nations. Like, fuck countries, fuck patriotism. There is only two nations: people who want to do shit, and people who says who want to do shit, but they don't do nothing at all. And
Yeah,
I'm more focused on being surrounded with the guys of who are willing to do the things that scare them. Simple as that.
100%.
And that's what I got from Bulgaria. It's like, come here, and it opened my eyes in so many levels. And now it's clear to me that the like first the goal that I had first, like, trash it completely. It's too small. Second, obviously aim for the bigger goal, and third is like, I cannot get that from here. Like, being surrounded with that kind of people does something to your head that there is no turning back.
Totally agree, man. Yeah, I 100% agree. I honestly, since I took that first trip to Thailand, most of my friends have been from that section of my life. From the guys who are running businesses, traveling, improving themselves, learning a lot, trying to become the modern day Renaissance man. I just can't. I couldn't go back, man. It was so weird being back at home for Christmas. A lot of my friends, like, I found that didn't even really relate to anymore. Even people who I've been great friends with for a long time, who I still love as people, but I just can't have the same kind of conversations with them, or connections with them as before, because we just don't really relate that much. Yeah, but on the other hand, a lot of the people who I hang out with here in Europe, who I live with in Budapest, my friends here in Krakow, man, like, they're just so similar to me. that those are the kind of people that I want in my life. Yeah.
Awesome. So to go closing this interview, where people can find more about you, like the website, your YouTube channel, where do you, uh, how do people find you on internet?
Cool, man. Yeah. So if you're interested in hearing basically like my backstory,
Yes.
like a little bit more in depth than I got into today, like where I started from, like, depressed, hopeless, college dropout, hating life, to like traveling and running businesses and loving life. That's I actually give out like a free PDF called the Boss Life Quick Start Manual. It's on my website, bosslifeblog.com. Check it out there. Type in your email. Then, if you are interested in seeing some of the ideas that I like to think about and share on YouTube, you can go to bosslifeblog.com/YouTube. That'll take you to my YouTube channel, and I have plenty of videos there on the topics of travel, self-development, and business. Yeah, it's basically the best of the best of the things that have helped me the most. So, some of them are really short, like 2 minutes. Some of them are long, like 20 minutes. Just you can check out whatever interests you. But those are the most important things that I've learned to get me where I am today. So, subscribe.
Awesome. And
Go on.
to close this interview, if there is an action that you could give people that they can do this
Yeah.
week, right now, like to get closer to their goals, what will it be?
Right. So your blog's called Take Right Action, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that is really the most important thing. So, but to actually do that, you need to have a reason why. So, as Simon Sinek says, find out your why. What is the goal that you want to reach, and why do you want to reach it? It's more important that you know the why. The goal, it could be like awesome life with whatever individual aspects. But why do you want that life? And the why is like, because when I was growing up, I was depressed and I hated that and I wanted to kill myself. But then as I got older, I realized that I could change myself and then I can actually really enjoy my life. So that's the reasons, because I want to actually enjoy that is the really important thing, is the why you want it. Come up with a goal, come up with the why, and then put it somewhere that you can see it every day, on your computer screen, on your wall. You can write it on your mirror with like a white erase board marker. Doesn't matter. Just somewhere you see it every day. Remind yourself of this physically, visually, every day. The goal you want and the reason why you want it, and then take action towards it every day. That's what you can start this week. Just come up with what you want and why you want it. Dream big, think extravagant. You don't have to be realistic. If you want like 12 Lamborghinis and a private jet, an island, and 12 supermodel wives, just write it down. But you have to come up with the why, and then every single action that you take from now until your death, filter those decisions through that goal, through that lens of where you're trying to get to. And will this help me get there? No? Forget it. I'm going to take a different action. So I think the first step is come up with what you want and why you want it. And then just make sure you can remind yourself of that every day.
Awesome. It has been awesome to have you here, Alex. I hope that you're enjoying there in Krakow.
Thanks, man.
Please tell Matt that he's my favorite instructor. So he won't be
Awesome,
mad.
I will.
So he won't be mad.
I'm actually gonna tell him. I'm gonna go see him now, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, man, Rodrigo said to say sorry, but he said that Bobby's actually his favorite instructor. Sorry, man."
Awesome.
And I'm gonna hand Bobby a beer and say, "This is from Rodrigo." Sorry, Matt. just to see the reaction.
Awesome.
Just to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, he had to take like this big shot of rakia after I did that. And he was really drunk after that. Oh man, it has been great
Oh,
having you
man.
here, man.
It's been great talking to you, man. I'll see you in Europe.